Welcome to another episode of The Edge Whitetails. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to talk about mock scrapes today, and I'm going to show you something else really cool that's developing now that the radishes and turnips are growing. Stay tuned.
Welcome to The Edge Whitetails.
All right, welcome back. Like I said, mock scrapes today. I've had I keep most of my mock scrapes going year round, but as we go along, I like to typically now, I'll have one in front of every stand. And where we're at today is one of my little hidey hole food plots along the edge of a cornfield. And this one's up away out of the bottom. This is one that a lot of times the bachelor groups and stuff will hang out up here over the summer. And then one of the bucks will usually typically take over this little section, and the rest, of course, disperse. Split G2 has spent a little bit of time up here. He typically does through the summer as well. And I've had a camera over it, and I've gotten some good pictures. And I thought I would be smart a couple weeks ago, and I put the camera on a post over in the corner, as you've seen when I first brought the video here. And for whatever reason, that post with that camera has actually decreased the activity on this food plot, and I don't like that. So I'm going to put it back on this cedar tree right over here. And what I really want to talk about in this episode is I'm going to also put a brand new mock scrape in here. I've got a stand just right over here, 15-yard shot to what would be right out here. So we're going to get it opened up. We're going to get a scrape on this, and I'm going to get this camera set up. So stick around here and I'll get this just how we need it. All right, so we've got the camera in position, and now what I want to do is I want to mock scrape, but I also want to make sure that I'm not putting it in an area where I can't get a shot to. So if I pan here, I'll turn the camera around. So this is the little hidey hole food plot, not even 1/8 of an acre, and then right up here is the stand tucked in there on a northwest wind. That way's looking northwest wind. They really don't have a chance. They've really got to be wandering to get downwind of you. So it works out really good. The terrain falls off real fast right here. So you get up in that stand, and on a northwest wind, that wind really plays to your benefit, and this is a really cool spot. Most of the bedding is to the west in here, and they'll travel to the east in the evening, and it's just a really good setup. But we're going to make it just a little bit better today. So where that camera's at there, I want to use the cedar branches here. Typically, I mean, deer will use most anything on a branch. That's an old mulberry tree right there. But I'm going to put a mock scrape. I'm going to take my shovel. I got my shovel right there. And I'm going to scrape away some of the area here. And then I'm going to break off. Instead of tying something there and hanging it like I do with some of them, I'm going to use the natural cedar, and that smell, when I bust that open, will get them attracted a little bit as well. And then I'll do one last trick here as we get this finished up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this back on the base. And we'll get this positioned just right so you can see. I'm gonna get right up under I'm gonna get right up under this branch right here, because I want to take this and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break that open, and I'm gonna let part of this hang down, and we're gonna make it look like a buck has been here and really done a little number on this branch. We're gonna get that hanging down. There we go. Now we really got our hanging part. And the cool part is the cedar. You notice I'm not wearing gloves. A lot of times I would wear gloves, but that cedar helps mask some of that human scent on there. And then I'm going to take my shovel here. And I'm going to get some of this underbrush taken out. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm really going to use that to scrape this up. And I'm going to make it pretty good size. And then I'm going to go like this, and I'm really going to scrape it out. And again, this is just a little spade shovel, kind of a root right there. But then I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut little grooves in it too, and that'll help hold some scent and kind of make it look like a deer's hoofs, scraping at it. I know that seems a little particular, but in my mind, I think it actually does a little something to it. Now I'm also going to urinate in this scrape, but I'll spare you that. And yeah, that's how it's going to finish up. I've got that hanging down. I'm going to get rid of some of that that's kind of blocking the camera there, but that's a good strategy on a mock scrape right there. So now, like I said, I'm going to urinate in that, and hopefully we get some more action back up on this plot. Today is September 17th, and October 1st is coming quick, so it'd be nice. There had been a couple bucks using this pretty regularly, and if they hold to that pattern, we'll be in good shape come October 1st. So I'm going to finish a couple things up here. I want to show you one last thing before we wrap this episode up. All right, before we move on to what I wanted to show you last here, I just want to show you the entire setup real quick. This should be a real dynamite setup. As you can see, I'm on the edge of a cornfield, small patch of bedding cover, very thick timber, and as you can see, I've got the trail camera set up right over that new mock scrape, licking branch there, and there's the stand all tucked in right there. So real cool setup, very good early season setup, and probably one of my first spots of the year to have a sit. So and like I said, it's coming fast. So we're going to show you one more thing as far as food plots go, and we'll wrap this episode up. All right, I'm still by the upper area that I was just at with that stand and that early season setup. And we also have a small corn and turnip plot up here. And talk about a lot of forage leading into the season. I'm going to flip the camera here. You've got the corn and all these beautiful turnips, radishes, winter bulbs, final forage. And as you can see, we had this fenced. They're not able to get in here yet, but we're going to open that up to them pretty soon. But that is what you call forage on forage, and a really, really big amount of it. There'll be no shortage of food up here for the wildlife. Very, very cool. I'll show you real quick. There's a radish right there. You can see it's just going straight down. I'm going to try not to get shocked here, but yeah, big old radish headed straight down. There's probably multiple multiple instances where I could show you here, but very, very cool. And this is one of the things I talked about earlier in the season, was doubling your forage on a plot, and this is a prime example of it. So we're going to wrap it up with that. Very good coming along. We got some more rain headed in right now. I don't mind the rain as long as it's not too much, as you've known with how things have gone for me this season. Everything's coming back good. This weekend we will do an episode that will show you, it had a little bit of a teaser the other day when I had the video of my bow for 2025. I had tried to do a shot of a video of what was going on down in the bottom and how that food plot recovery was looking. We'll get to that this weekend. I had the camera overheat and had all sorts of issues. It was very hot that day. So we're going to wrap this one up September 17th. Bow season's coming fast here in Iowa. Get in the comments, talk about your how your food plots are looking. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, you know, if you would, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And until next time, for the Edge Whitetails, I am Eric Johnston, and remember to get outdoors.